One of the challenges for photographers who post online is learning to cultivate what we decide to post. When I was just getting started as a headshot photographer, I only had an occasional client. And the fact that I created a headshot at all was a huge accomplishment to me. Because of this, I would immediately post images from the session on my Instagram feed and on my website. But as my clientele grew and I started to develop my own style, I realized that I needed to become much more selective in deciding why and when and what I post. Growing as a photographer and artist is something that I've purposely decided to do in a very public way, whether on my Instagram page, here on YouTube, or when I post photos and articles on F-stoppers. And one of the core reasons why I've done this is because obviously I want to grow my business, I want to grow my brand, but also because I feel that posting, especially on Instagram, has really spurred my growth and improved my skills faster than if I were just kind of working in a void. And besides this, I like having a visual record of my progress in thumbnail form on Instagram because theoretically the work should improve over time. Now, I spoke about this in one of my early articles that I wrote for F-stoppers, which I'll link below. And I still believe that if you're new, you should post. It's the best way, but to a point. If you're just getting started in your photography journey and you want to build your brand online, like I said, post away. Every photo or video can sort of serve as a beta test for future posts. And even if you post something that's not well received, it's not the end of the world, and it can be an excellent part of your learning process. On my YouTube channel, which is still fairly new here, some of my videos resonate and some do not. When one of my videos flops, it's not fun, of course, but it helps me to improve my content, my subject matter, my presentation. And if it does that, it's a win in the long run. Growing our brands is a lot like growing up. As children, we say whatever comes to our minds, we act silly regardless of the situation we're in, and we have very little perception of how the world around us sees us. But as we mature, we begin to become much more selective about how we present ourselves to the world. And the same should be true for our social media presence as photographers. While I'm scrolling through Instagram, sometimes a headshot will pop up that causes me to pause, and not for the right reasons. Whether it's poor lighting, poor expression, a contorted angle, or something similar, I stop to gawk like someone who slows down on the parkway to see an accident. Now, I'm sure people have done the same to me, so I'm not making any judgments. And I'm not scoffing at the photographer or the person in the image, but I'm often surprised when the particular photo is taken by a photographer that I know and whose work I admire. So I ask myself, why would they post this photo when they have so much better work that they can be showcasing? And the only answer I can find is that basically they post an image from every single session they have without giving any thought as to whether the photo is going to help or hurt their brand. And I think this is crazy, and I think it's unnecessary. And I believe that we're all guilty of doing this to some degree or another. In fact, as I make this video, I've been scrolling my own Instagram, and it reminds me that I need to take more care and be more selective in the way I cultivate my own page. So as I address this topic, just realize that I know that there's fingers pointing back on me, and I'll talk more about my own page a little bit later. Many of my photographer friends and mentors have said to me, show the work you want to be paid for. And this is solid advice for all of us as we build our businesses and our online brands, especially if we are a few years into our journeys as imagists. If we are growing, our style is certainly changing and our work hopefully is getting better with time. Now, if your work isn't improving, that's a topic for another day, but putting that aside, we must carefully present our body of work, whether it's images or videos, whether it's on our website or on our various social media platforms, and really cultivate what we're doing. Some of the best Instagram pages are populated by a common theme, whether headshots, landscapes, or the like. The photographer's body of work is easy to see the moment you click on their page, and I think this is great. So as we reflect on our own work and our personal brand, now's a good time to scrutinize what and how we are presenting our images and videos online. We should also consider that consistency doesn't necessarily mean that you must only post a single genre on your socials or on your website. I think more important than that, we should all strive to post images and videos that are consistently good, whether or not it's the same kind of image, and we should be more selective. I work with many clients who never make it to my Instagram page or my website, and that's for a variety of reasons. And often they're perfectly fine photographs, but if they don't reflect the direction I'm going with my business and my artistic vision, they only serve to muddy the waters for other potential clients and companies who want to work with me in the future, so I don't post them. And as we reflect on all of these things, I don't think there's a one-size-fits-all approach either. For some of us, having a dedicated page, which is exclusively headshots, for instance, might be the best move. For others, the solution might be different, and having a variety of genres on one page might work well. But I think the overall theme should be having work that is quality over quantity and posting each image or video with intent. As I mentioned before, in some ways, I think that my Instagram page has become a bit of a hodgepodge since I began my YouTube channel. And this is due in part to the fact that I now post lots of content that's geared towards photographers as well as towards clients. And my feed is peppered with sample images from gear reviews to my own face in reels because I'm trying to keep my page relevant as Instagram changes their algorithms and stuff like that. Now, whether this is wise or not is something that I'm currently thinking about. So far, I don't think it has hurt my business because my business is continuing to grow, so I'm okay with it. But I make sure whatever I'm posting that it's a high quality, and I make sure that I'm doing it with intent. To sum this all up, my advice to you is to take a good long look at your website and your socials using a critical eye. Are you creating a consistent quality brand that's easy for others to see? Or do you just post everything without a second thought? If you run a photography business and you're not carefully managing your online brand, now is the time to cultivate your website and your social media presence. Well, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this quick video. Let me know what you think, as always, in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button. You can gently press it. You don't have to smash it. And subscribe to the channel. Feel free to share this. And if you want to know when my latest video is going to drop, just hit that notification bell because, as you know, I post them at all hours of the day and night without any kind of structure. And for that, I do apologize, but that's where my mind is right now, and we'll see if that changes in the future. Here's wishing you an awesome day. Go out and take some amazing pictures, and I will see you next time. Peace.